and I don't do typically a lot of cliff faces, so I was looking for not necessarily an easy way out, but certainly something that I could use to help with the area that I have. It's on a board edge, and I didn't really want to start doing a lot of sculpting and plaster work and things like that. So I saw this material by Hecky, and it was advertised as a foil, like sort of a bendable foil, and it had a rock finish on it. And I wasn't really overly expecting the finish, the painted version, to be all that great. I expected to do some work on the painting end, but when I got this stuff here, I got more than I thought. So that's a plus. I got more than I thought. So I have 2 packs. So I got basically a pack that I can mess up on, and it's not that cheap. I think it's like $25 or something for 2 of these sheets. So not like it's a cheap product that I want to be making lots of mistakes with. But it says it's a foil, but you can see it doesn't really retain the shape. It's more of a plastic. So I'm not sure if there's a problem with the wording, or maybe my definition of foil is not quite the same as other people's definition of foil, but I guess you don't, it's not a heat product. Like, you don't heat it up and sculpt it, and it doesn't really retain much of the fold. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is having to tack it and sort of work it around the surface. So, I mean, it will bend around. It is bendable. I'm just wondering how much of a pullback it's going to have. So I think I'm going to have to carefully work this around the area that I have. Certainly it's got a large impression here, which leaves a large bulge on the back. So I think I'm going to actually have to use more of the flat areas and use the reverse indents. I don't know what that's going to be like for strength. I may actually end up having to pack a little bit of plaster in the back just to give it a little more rigidity, but certainly this is going to require its own video and sort of a how-to and how to not use this product maybe. So if nothing else, I'm looking forward to checking it out and seeing what I can do with it. The finish is not bad. It requires some work on the painting. It leaves something to be desired, but I think you can sink a little bit of moss and perhaps even some of that. Should grab some of that briar patch material and see what I can do with that on camera here. So certainly you could sink a little bit of, this is probably much too large of a piece, but you could certainly sink a little piece into there and perhaps see how that could, or even crawl it up from the base here, see how that would kind of look at the bottom and give it a little character. So I think this is definitely workable, maybe more work than I actually thought it was going to be. So perhaps that's what you get sometimes when you try to do a little bit of time saving. So interesting product. I will reserve judgment on whether I will use it in the future or use it again in the future. So certainly I got enough of it here to last me a while. What else do I got? Alright, I got another thing of, hopefully you guys are seeing all this stuff on camera, another thing of matte medium. I ordered a tub of ballast. This is actually fine sand. Going to be doing a bit of a beach front on this table as well. So this is very fine. It's almost like a clay. It's that fine. The color is going to be a little darker than you would think for beach sand. So I probably will end up doing some dry brushing on this once I lay it down. Again, the matte medium. That's exactly what you can use to ensure that this stays secure to the board and that you're not losing a lot of the sand when you start moving it around and things like that. So, what else is in here? Apparently they sent me a catalog of modeling scenery supplies. I apparently do not have enough and I need to order more. Sorry for my compulsion to keep the area slightly clean. And here we go. In anticipation that rock material was not exactly what I thought it was going to be, I had gone ahead and ordered the Woodland Scenics paints. And if you haven't used these before, there's a great video online. And basically how they use this, there's a stone gray, which is probably close to what that already is. There's a slate gray and a raw umber. The raw umber is nice because it actually has a nice earthy tone. Sorry, probably not on camera. A nice earthy tone to the rock. And how I've seen this stuff used, I'm not sure what the recommended directions are. Instructions on here: apply full strength to opaque coating or a light color, dilute with water to remove color, flood spray area with hot salt water. Not sure what the salt does, but and seal with scenic cement. So certainly this is a transparent scenery cement, so that would work as well. But what I saw them do with this is they basically mixed it into a container, and they used those foam brushes, those cheap sort of dollar store black foam brushes. And what you do is it's almost like a liquid. It's almost like an ink, I would guess. And basically you just kind of brush it on, you sort of sop it in, you let it soak, you let it drip, you let it flow with the natural contours of the rock. So kind of a neat, I'm kind of looking forward to experimenting with that. And what I actually probably will do is I'll probably go ahead and paint up 2 of these sheets entirely with that until I achieve a look that I want, as opposed to putting it on my surface and then trying to get in and work from weird angles and around contours and things. I think I'll get a better look if I do it as a single sheet. And again, a video would probably suffice with me explaining that. But in my head, that's the theory. Once I saw this and then I realized, or I remembered that I had ordered these, and I think that will start to look pretty good. I think I can get a nice effect with that, and then I can go in and add in, fill in the gaps and add little bits of paint here and there and the foliage and things like that. So, but I think overall it's going to look pretty neat. It looks a little better on camera, I think, than it actually looks like in person. So if you can bring it up here, you can see that the paint's a little bit something to desire. I mean, it's not terrible. I mean, for most people, this is probably all they would do with this sort of rock surface. And maybe I'm being a little bit critical on that, but since I'm the customer, I'm always right. What else I got? Another pack of briar patch. This is the loose light green. And apparently I was crazy about this stuff and not knowing, but here's another pack of the medium green. And there we go, light green. Maybe teach me to order late at night. So what else have we got here? Exciting stuff. It's Christmas. Almost forgot I ordered these. These are kind of yeah, they're all right looking, I guess. This is not the typical apple tree. I should say what the product is. It's not the typical apple tree that I order, but I am okay with this. I see some pluses already. I'm going to crack this one out open. They actually stopped making the tree that I used to order. It was who made that? I think it was Knock maybe that made it. It used to come in a 4-pack, and typically apple trees by most companies come in 2 packs. Some are 3s, but the 3s are